So we're shooting a test drive of a Land Cruiser 300 and I already have some claims on it. And later in this video you'll see me arguing with the official Toyota dealership in Russia, because I already want to ask them some questions about this and that. That's why I decided to start this video with discussing this automobile with you, a man who really knows a lot about these cars. And the main thing, we've never met before. And I have no idea what you're gonna say about it. And no one's gonna believe that. No, wait. Why? Why shouldn't they believe if that's true? You've never participated in videos like this before. And that's the first time my audience see you. And I was really looking forward to talk about it with some independent expert. My friends told me about you and they said you deal with Toyotas and know your stuff. We just want to discuss the essential things. We're about to talk with the manager of this service. It's called Toyota Sokol, and in English it means hawk. So this is nearly the first Toyota service I've found, and came here to talk just like that. And first we're gonna discuss this car with the manager of this service, because I really have some questions to ask, and he seems to be the man who knows Toyotas. And of course, within this test drive, my favorite official dealership is also going to participate. Is it supposed to be like this? Well, obviously it's not. Dude, is it supposed to be like this? No, I don't think so. Is it new? No, it was built in 2000. What do you think? Hey, wait, don't hide this rubber shit. Pull it back out and stop playing along with Toyota, please. By the way, from now on, you're gonna see this badge in all of our test drives. What's the point, you may ask me? Well, the first serious point is that it costs 2,000 bucks. And if you want to own one of these, you may contact directly right here. I'll explain you what it means. If I still like the car after the test drive, if I consider it a good car and I may recommend you buying it, that car is gonna get this badge. The one with the heart. But if I don't like the car in the end of the test drive, I'm taking away this heart. It gets only D3, which means that it's been D3'd. That easy. I thought you already liked this car. No, there's a paper under the heart. Yeah, now I see it. And this paper's here especially for quick removal with my nail, because I already know what this test drive's gonna end. You may be wondering why we skipped all that part, and you didn't see the dialogue with that wonderful man. Well, the thing is that we didn't skip it, it simply didn't happen. And now we're joking that Toyota called him directly and gave him some instructions, saying, "Who's that? Is that Davidich? Don't tell him anything. Just keep your mouth shut," because that's what happened next. I'm terribly sorry, my boss just called. There's some serious issue with the heater. Have no idea how long it's gonna take, but I have to leave like immediately. Sorry you had to wait. Okay, never mind. It jumped off. Well, you've seen it. This car's being retarded from the moment I sat behind its wheel. If you don't want this car to hit the brakes itself, or change lanes itself, and live its own life, then the first thing you're gonna do is to switch off all the helping systems that will interfere any of your maneuvers. These systems will make your life unbearable. The LTA yawning assistance is on. Okay, how do I switch it off? Jesus Christ, yawning assistance. This is my problem. If I want to yawn, I will yawn. Yawning sensitivity. That's how I'm gonna call this video. D3 Land Cruiser 300, the sense of yawning. Okay, let's get out of this menu. I want to get out of this yawning sensitivity. And we get to approaching sensitivity. After I've tested a Dodge Ram. This car feels like a bucket with bolts. A well-painted one, though. Anyway, let's try lane changing. Oh, holy fuck. Check this out. What? were they looking at when they did it? Did they test this car before it came out? Who are those Japanese guys who sat behind its wheel and did this at the speed of 70 miles per hour and decided that yes, it's fine? Okay, when you try to change lanes at low speed, does it feel okay? Are you comfortable with this? With that swinging S? Yeah, I do feel it. What exactly do you feel? Well, it kind of strives to lean to the sides. And it feels like it lives its own life, that's right. Do you feel it swings its ass from side to side all the goddamn time? It feels like it wants to go to bed and sleep. The 200 is different. Yes, that's right. That's right. I think I have to explain you what the hell is going on. This girl owns a Land Cruiser 200. And she's our subscriber. She contacted me on Instagram. She said she's got a 200 and she's ready to participate in this video. That's the first time I see her. And I also used to own a 200 and it was different. And it didn't have as much inside screw-ups. I mean, the interior. That car felt much better. Yes, it was much slower than this car. I want you to floor it when you drive back. And you'll see it's quicker. But it's not drastically quicker. Now check it out. It's different. It feels so solid. Sure it does. And that one feels like a trailer. Exactly. Do you agree? Yes, of course, that's exactly what I was trying to say. People got used to the fact that Toyota means reliability, but mostly that's because people don't have any spare money to fix their cars. People are poor. But those few who earned enough money to buy themselves a Land Cruiser, 200 or 300, they're supposed to have enough money to maintain these cars the way they are supposed to. But most of the people who bought these cars thought they don't have to because that's Toyota and it's reliable. Some of them tried to save their money by putting Chinese parts on it, because that's a Toyota, it will bear it. And also there's a third type of people who simply don't know shit about cars. They heard that Toyota is supposed to be reliable, and they were afraid to get fucked in service like this and this and this and this. That's why they bought themselves Toyotas and didn't go to service because it's reliable. And these people, they don't care how this car changes lanes, or how this car steers, or how this car brakes. They absolutely don't give a fuck. But times they are changing, and when I was in Vladivostok, I was so glad to see more BMWs X7. I see more and more European cars there. I can even say that from now on, I'm in love with that Ram TRX. And if you don't want to buy, for example, German cars, in case if you consider them stuffed with technologies, and the more electronic devices the car has, the more problematic it gets to fix it, in case if it gets broken. So as an alternative, you can buy yourself an American car, but I would not recommend you buying this piece of Japanese masterpiece, this wonderful work of art. Please don't do that. These people simply fuck you up. That's the only thing they do, and that's the only reason why we didn't shoot a test drive of this Land Cruiser earlier, simply because we faced lots of problems with the dealerships, so we started taking cars from our friends. Remember that Dodge TRX? We took it from our friends, same as all of those Mercedeses we showed before, and also the Maybach, and many other cars we used to take from our friends, and they didn't mind because they knew what was going to happen next. We warned them that these cars are fucked. And that is why my friends always say, dude, you can tell everything you want, but it's difficult to do that when you take a car from a dealership. There are very few brands that don't mind me telling truth, like the guys from the Rolls-Royce. And when we took their car, the guys were quite specific. They didn't make any demands. They simply said I could take a car and do everything I want with it. Those guys are the best, and they're confident about their product. And the brands that are not confident about their cars, they start to balk and refuse, simply because they know their cars have lots of screw-ups. And everybody knows that soon we're going to change these cars for electric ones. That's why they don't want to spend lots of money on new researches. What for if they can simply update old cars with new shit? They just put some new stuff in them and say, that's a new model, drive it with pleasure for the next 10 years. But nothing has changed. What's so new about this automobile? Can you explain it to me? Okay, let's list it. They changed the engine. Where did they take it from? From the other Lexus. They tested it on another car and put it here. But do you want to tell me that this new turbo engine is going to survive longer than 200 or 300,000 miles like the old ones? No.
Это не стихи Ахи Астаховой, это как шальные казахи, чисто жестко сносят чердаки.
In their presentation, they told they've made a new frame, and now it became so cool, so wonderful. It became much more practical. They told they reduced the weight and made everything lighter by using this materials and that materials. Well, I have to tell you, this new automobile weighs exactly the same. Why the hell it weighs the same? I mean, what's new about it? A new multimedia system menu? That's incredible, what a great job. That's a great job, Toyota, that's fucking amazing. Wow. Steer your dream. And you've made a new design. Well, that's about the time, goddammit. The 200 got a little bit out of date for 10 years, so this car looks better. But are you really sure you want us to live the next 10 years with this car? Because in 2 years it's gonna become an out-of-date piece of shit. And I'm not joking, just take a look at this. In 2 minutes it's gonna become yesterday. Don't you look to the future at all, or you just don't care? Or you consider your customers stupid morons, and you think they don't understand it and don't deserve it? Oh, fuck. It's same old shit in a new packaging. I just want you to show them. Film it, please. All these buttons and the panel. What the hell is this? I simply don't understand it. Why it's made like this? What's this? Hey! Toyota, how can you explain this? Just why? And all of these panels, just take a look at this. It simply comes off. I can stick a finger in this gap. Just look how loose it is. And why the hood is bouncing so much. Just why I don't consider it okay when you pay 140,000 for a car. And I don't want to get a car with such a hood. We're driving it only at 85 miles per hour. And it feels like this car is made out of goddamn paper. And these seats, I'm going to tell you a story about these seats. And it may be interesting to those who own Camrys. Guys, next time passing by a Land Cruiser 300, feel free to turn your nose up driving your wonderful Toyota Camry. And you've got a reason to do that, simply because when they sell Land Cruisers 300 to these idiots, they put there the seats from Camrys, and while you paid up to 40 grand for your automobile, they paid 140 or even 145. What a moron would buy such a car for this money? All the dealerships selling Land Cruisers 300 for more than 98,000 in Russian Federation, I mean, and 98,000 is the recommended price from Toyota. You're being complete bastards, guys. You're being complete bastards towards people. And it's not only about Toyota. That's a topic for another video. All I want to say is that it's such a drastic hypocrisy, and they will be smiling into your face. And when I tell about the dealerships, I don't want the guys who just work there taking offense. I mean the regular employees. I'm not talking about them. I mean the representatives who are responsible for that. The employees are employees, people are people, and the dealership are representatives. Greetings. You are calling to Automir Company, the Toyota Center in Bryansk, the official Toyota dealership. That is the Bryansk style. Someone should definitely make such a logo for them. We f people up. 164,000. That's how much they're selling it for, while this car should cost 98,000. What you think about that? Yes, the car is available. And it costs 164,000 bucks, right? Yeah, that's right. That's the exact price. That's what I'm calling you for, because I really want to understand what such a price is based on. Don't you find 164,000 sounds a little bit overpriced for this car? Because the recommended price for this car from Toyota is 98,000. Well, this car has some extra equipment. What kind of equipment may cost 60,000? Well, first of all, the recommended price for the stock car is more than 89,000. That's a wrong information. Okay, so what's the real price for a stock car? Please tell me. I'm really looking forward to know that. Give me a second, I need to check this out. It's 102,000. Okay, whatever, 102,000. But you are selling it for 164. And I really wonder what kind of equipment you equipped it with for 60,000. The alarm now to start. Oil pan protection, transmission protection, steering shaft lock, extra radiator protection grille, a trunk carpet, protective wrap for the front of the car. Also, we do a ceramic covering of the body, protective wrap for door handles and seals, and fog lights, and window tinting. Do you make it out of cocaine? Please help me understand.
We need more gold.
Everything you've just mentioned may cost not more than 5,000 bucks, let it even be 6,000. And I'm sure you're a smart fellow and you understand that your dealership fucks people up, and everything you've just mentioned cannot cost so much, right? Okay, listen, now with the first dealership you are calling to, everyone's got same prices. And while we're driving to the official Toyota dealership, intending to discuss the price, I offer you to check out what happened to this car at the very beginning of my test drive. And first of all, look at this map. I started flooring it on Moscow Ring Road from about here, because I wanted to test its brakes, and I drove it in such a manner for about 5.5 miles. And this is what happened, you may see it yourself. Nice, the brakes do not respond. There's no brakes at all, that's it. I'm flooring it, but there's no reaction, let's check it out. What a f***? We need to chill it out until it burns. Are these brakes good? Of course. They just don't work, because there are no brakes. Still, there are lots of people who kiss Toyota's ass, saying that it's comfortable and it's soft. And yes, it's true at 50 miles per hour. It is soft. But I hate how this suspension reacts to the road and all of its small bumps and pits, and this vibration spreads through the whole car. It goes through the car's body. Everything here is shaking and vibrating. It's like as if it's already 50 years old, and it pisses me off. What exactly do you mean when you say this car is comfortable? But at the same time, this car is kind of controversial, because it's hard to argue with Toyota, because some people may object, saying, what exactly did you expect? It was never supposed to be a luxurious car. It's not luxury. It's not... Let's mind the price. It's not luxury. And why this car is not luxury? If it costs so much money, well, because it's not. This is just a casual car for regular everyday driving for those who want to be able to drive it off the road. And I have to admit, the way this car deals with bad roads is excellent. And that's the reason why I don't see any point of testing this car off the road. You can easily find all the necessary footage. It already exists and I won't show you anything new. And I know this car is good off the road because we've been shooting a TRX with this car. We drove it through the field, so it's obvious that a Land Cruiser is good off the road. It feels pretty confident, so if you get off the asphalt, everything's gonna be okay. But at the same time, this car is useless for security forces. This brake stinks so bad, it stinks right in the cabin after I pressed it. So in case of any dangerous situation on the road, whether it's a chase or getaway, and you have to floor it, nothing happens. And only now, there's some reaction. Did you clock it? Oh, you didn't even understand what happened. Show him he's laughing. I'm the only one who knew we were speeding up. Stop laughing. Does anyone give you way? No one gives a fuck about Land Cruiser 300. It doesn't scare anyone like a G-Wagon or something. Even a Hyundai Solaris can cut your way easily. Okay, let's imagine I'm trapped in a dangerous situation working in security forces. It's 40 miles per hour. Clock it. It's about 2 seconds before it reacts. Why is it like this? Why did they make this car work like this? I'm about to explain you. They made a very interesting and unusual manifold and put a turbine on it. And the working temperature of this turbine became significantly lower than before. That's why this turbine lives much longer, and as a result the engine lives longer. This engine's got 450 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque. But as soon as you look at the graph, you will see this car's having a straight line as a result. What I want to say is that after a chip tuning, this engine is able to give you up to 480 horsepower and up to 800 foot-pounds of torque, or maybe even more. I'm talking about approximate numbers. What I mean is that they lowered the power of this engine on purpose, because they wanted it to live longer, because that's a Toyota, and it's supposed to be reliable and long-living. That is why I'm more than sure that Japanese lowered the power of this engine on purpose, just for not to shit their pants completely. Meanwhile, we're almost arrived to the official dealership, where they sell this piece of crap for 170,000 bucks. 170. So here we are at Toyota Center City. That's one of my favorites. There's no one at the reception. Perfect. Toyota. Sup, dude, what you want? A Land Cruiser 300. These are cheap, those are not. And one that's not. Okay, $179,742, please. Do you have it? Look. 179,000. Buy a new car on credit, that's what we need. Let's go. Can you help us, please? Good day, sir. Hello. Do you need any consultation? Yes, sure. I want to know about this beautiful car. I'm going to find a manager for you. Thanks, appreciate that. Look. What is wrong with it? What do you want? Is it broken? I also tried it from the inside. It's not working. Okay, try that one. This door is broken. I don't even want to step on this carpet. Who knows how much it costs? Check it out. This thing is saying loose here. Okay, I like the colors of the inside, but I guess they redid it themselves. They're taking so long because probably they're arguing. Hugo, no, I already met him once. Hugo, talk to him. No way. I heard about Davidich. I don't want to get into it, I'm on parole. Do I have to remind you how much it costs? Dude, I need you to shoot it in slow motion.
I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you so salty?
Okay, this is a new car. What's wrong with the carpet? What's wrong with the fibers? I found spare fibers. In case of emergency, I always brush my dog. Do you brush yours? Yeah, it's hair and it's undercoat, all of this thing. And when you are done, he wants to smell it before you throw it out, right? What I would do is I would brush it all out, all of this goddamn shit, and let Toyota representatives smell it, right in their faces. It simply sheds. Oh, it sheds. Look, it's all over you. Oh, Jesus. And check this out. Do you see this little notch? It means that with time, this plastic is gonna be scratched all around this place, even if you insert it carefully. Agree? And same thing here. Look at this. Someone has already scratched it. And I would recommend some of these managers to come here faster. Until I disassembled it completely, I found some damage. Let's simulate the attitude of Toyota towards this automobile. Look, this door covering is loose and falling off. We don't give a f**k. It doesn't break. We don't give a f**k. It leans to sides when it turns. We don't give a shit. The plastic is too soft and it's shaking. Don't care. Just buy it and get out. Fuck. Whose cum is that? Is that some glue? Not sure what that is, so I don't recommend you touch it. Cocaine! Damn, that's right. They told the center of gravity of their engine became lower. And for how much? For 6 millimeters. Okay, let's check their price list. I mean, that's the official one. And what do we have here? The fattest configuration of a gasoline car. Here it costs 100,000, but that's the best configuration you can get. So officially, they sell these cars for the price officially recommended by Toyota. So what the hell is this? 79,000. The difference in prices is 79,700 bucks. So it's almost 80,000. If we round up, 80,000 bucks. For 80,000 bucks, I would buy that Toyota without any bargaining. Extra options for my Rolls-Royce were cheaper. If you forgot what costs extra 80,000 here, remember about this extra grid. So I guess the message is clear. Selling only one Toyota Land Cruiser. This dealer earns 80,000 bucks more than it should be. Of course, they should cover the expense for installing the alarm and the carpets and protective wrapping and all the job. Okay, look. Damn, where are all the people? Where are they? Maybe they're in a meeting or something. This car is 12,000 cheaper. It must be lacking carpets or the engine. God damn, what a wonderful stitching. Okay, someone may say you don't bend these panels in real life and you can use this car. But I think that if a brand new car is already in such a condition, then what is going to happen to this car like in 3 years? By the way, we're walking here already like for half an hour. Where are all the stuff? We found one single guy and asked him to call the manager to talk about a Land Cruiser 300. Bro, we've been waiting for 30 minutes. I'm sorry, Okay, man, just call someone else, please. Please, calm down. Come and talk to us. Anyone. Maybe we should go up. Finally, your applause to this lady. This is the bravest girl in this showroom. Not a single man came up. We have only one question. This car costs 179,000. Yeah. The boss is calling. Okay, we got it. We have no questions left. Everything's clear. You should wait for salesman. Okay, I got it. I will sit here and wait like a loyal Hachiko. Is he flying from Japan? Okay, we've been waiting for 50 minutes already. There was absolutely no one here when we came. There was only one guy over there, so we came over. We asked him about the new Land Cruiser and about the price list. He said he's gonna come back, but he didn't. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So what did they say? They're coming. Oh, really? Thanks. May I ask your name? Sergey. Sergey, thanks a lot. You're the only man who does his job here. Sergey just came here and solved the problem. Said now they're coming, and I hope that's true. Look at that guy. He's like, what the fuck? He's surprised himself. He doesn't understand what's going on. Look at him. The guy is simply shocked. You are a Toyota owner. I used to be, and I made you change it for a BMW. No, I still have a Lexus. That's the relics of the past. Yeah, it is. Now look at this price. That's too expensive. Why do you think so? They said it's okay. For this money you can buy yourself a BMW X5M. Okay, first we go here. I press and hold. Then I get down here, fingerprint, then register and confirm. Okay, now I'm locking the car. And now I should unlock it. I got into it. Don't use my finger and try to start it the usual way. And it won't start. It says no. It says I should press the brake pedal and touch the engine sensor with my key. And so what? So I can easily start this car without this fingerprint. The fingerprint is supposed to be a protection from carjacking. I mean the situation when you come out of the car and the thief follows you with a device that duplicates your electronic key. So he can just get into the car and start it without any problems. I've registered a fingerprint. And at first the car didn't want to start. So here I press it again. And again it says, press the brake pedal and touch the sensor with your key. Okay. The car starts easily, so it's stolen. Damn. So why the hell do I need it for? Man, it's beautiful inside here. Yeah, everything is made with taste. You look at that. Yeah, is that a real wood? Okay, I've got a proposition for you. Would you swap this car for a Land Cruiser? This is a kind of a... Jim, I like this picture. Augmented reality screen. It's gonna show some extra information as an overlay. That's right. I'm talking about the signs and route markings and etc. When the navigation is on and the route is found. And also the car sees pedestrians. I don't want to get back to the Land Cruiser after I compared it to this Cadillac. This qualified man only drove me on the passenger seat, but the difference is already so obvious that I don't even need to drive it. It doesn't lean to sides, and this car perfectly reacts to any roughness on the road. And even despite its being much bigger, it feels much more confident and much more steerable. And I made sure once again that this Cadillac is a wonderful automobile, but still I want to share my impressions. When I got back to the Land Cruiser after a Cadillac, I felt myself the same way as when I was working as a driver and I drove a BMW 7. But my personal car was a goddamn Lada. And when I had to get back to my car after I drove a BMW 7, hey, what's up my old wreck, how are you doing? Yeah, I know, you can't be driven like that car, but at least you move. And when I get here after a Cadillac, I want to say the same thing. How are you doing, you old piece of junk? But this is a 2021 car, and it costs the same. No trick, no sale, right? Toyota. And that's all I can say about this Land Cruiser 300. I guess we should call it a day and finish this test drive on a somber note. But before we round up, I'd like to show you some of the answers I got from Toyota representatives. The answers for the questions I ask in this video. It's up to you to decide whether you should buy it or not, but mind that if I ever meet you driving a Land Cruiser 300, I won't say any bad word to you. I'll be just watching you, smiling at you, and consider you an idiot. See ya. Why did I decide testing this car and sharing it with you may ask me? And why did I take it from a dealership but not from my friends, even though some of them own this car? That's because we had an agreement with Toyota that I'm gonna have some questions in the end, and they promised me to give an official response. So here's the first question. What can we do with the prices of these cars in Russia, and is there any way they could influence it? So this is their answer. The short answer is no. There is no way they can influence it. The dealers in Russia may put the prices they want on these cars. Even if they decide it costs $1 million, no one is able to affect it anyhow. The only thing I can offer Toyota fans is stop buying their cars until they lower the prices. That's it. And if you come to the dealership and see prices like this, just don't buy it. My next question concerns the glove box. What is wrong with it? This is the official response from Toyota representatives. Well, that's what they think about it. Long story short, they say it's made like this to reduce the noise. When you are driving it off-road, I wonder if they hear themselves. In which universe may it work like this? Because in real world it works quite the opposite way and sounds like this. The next question concerns the door panels. And I'm not even gonna comment on this, just read it if you want to. Why the brakes of a Land Cruiser 300 are not efficient? Their efficiency is the same as it used to be on a Land Cruiser 200. That's a simple and concrete question. We've got a complex answer, but still that's an answer, so thank you Toyota at least for this. At least that's an answer. I can't call it satisfactory, and it doesn't change the fact that the car doesn't brake at all. The next question was about the central panel that easily shakes from side to side and sits loose. This is the answer. The next question sounds like this. Do they understand in Toyota that the presence of this car on the market will last up to 10 years, but is going to be outdated in a year? Aren't they afraid this product is not going to meet the requirements of the buyers pretty soon? That's the answer I got. Okay, let's talk about this dash for example. Just check it out, it looks like it's 100 years old. Don't you agree? Was it so difficult to put a display in here with some beautiful graphics to make people like it? And this was my last question, and you may read the answer below. And if you read all of these answers very carefully, if you pause it and spend some time on reading them, you will understand lots of things. Anyway, I thank Toyota for answering, but still, I insist that Toyota don't look into the future, but even if they do, they don't look too far, because no one thinks the same way they do. Neither Mercedes nor BMW, not a single car brand thinks the same way they do, but the guys from Toyota are sure that the elements of the interior should be soft, like the door panels and other stuff, just in case of an accident. They consider everything should be soft, like the door panels, and even the dashboard should be soft. They are sure everything should be assembled so loose, because that's a passive safety in case of an accident. Even this shaking and knocking glove box. I'm more than sure that they're gonna get rid of my sticker in the dealership, but still. We did our job. And as always, we did it honestly. God damn it, I always suffer because of my honesty. I always go all the way, till the very end, and maintain my position. And I always suffer because of that. I could have easily made friends with Toyota, guess their asses in every video, and they would gladly give me their cars for every test drive. So if you look for truthful bloggers for your commercials, who never tell bullshit, the link is below, and I'm taking this away. Like this. So, there are two types of idiots. Some of them are rich, some of them are poor. And as you might have already guessed, we came to the event which is supposed to be for richer ones. And we are going to watch them. And the first thing I'd like to do with that new Lexus is not what you might have thought. I'd like to tear that door covering off and look at the mess hidden under it. I'm sure it's the same as Toyota's, because I'm sure they're made the same way. I'm an experienced guy and I know where to look and what to pay attention to. And I'm sure we're gonna be fucking shocked by Lexus' presentation. So friends, make yourself comfortable. Don't forget to put your likes beforehand, ring that goddamn bell, and subscribe to our channel, because you're going to watch an amazing fucking show. Sup man, nice to see ya. Finally I met your brothers. I've always wanted to talk to them. Did you know Toyota loves you more than us? Yeah, they do. Why is that? Because first they bring these cars to you. Yeah, that's true. And there are lots of them in Kazakhstan. You guys must be happy as Scrooge McDuck, waving hands from your Land Cruisers. Sure, that's a Kazakh national automobile. Okay, seriously, what you think of a new 300? That's the first time I'm seeing it and I don't know anything about it so far. So tell. Well, I liked it, it's so technological. And it pulls pretty well. 3.5 twin turbo. But the price? I'd better buy a Range Rover for this price. What about the brakes? That's right, everyone talks about the brakes. And what about the door panels? It's easier to take them off. You can do that with one hand. Detailing companies love it. Fast and easy. Okay, just imagine a Kazakh big as me, who grabs his door handle from the inside and slams his door. And all this door panel simply remains in his hand. Kazakhs, my loved brothers, please stop buying these Toyotas. Knock it off, there's a BMW X7. There's even a fucking Mercedes GLS at least. There are plenty of other cars. Even Koreans do all kind of stuff with this Toyota. Look over here. Look. Okay, let's talk about the rear doorway. Okay, ready? Let's imagine that we're having an awful weather. Okay, get in. You are welcome. And you're already dirty here. All the way here, you see? Yeah. And now try to get out and imagine that all of it is all in shit. Agree. Get out and look. That's it. Here you go. Is it comfortable to get out through such a small hole? What you think of that? No, it's not. No, it's not. And look at this. I swear to God, I'm barely touching it with my fingers. And look over here, what is that? Oh, that's a door handle, you should pull it. Does anyone here consider it normal? Man, and check this out, do you see the glue? Yeah, sure. You see it? Yeah, I see it shines there. And all the future owners of these new Lexuses send their regards to Land Cruiser 300 owners who suffer from severe knocking and any roughness. This is a new Lexus, and now look, they put here a car that is already damaged. It's been kind of fixed, but... This car weighs 3 fucking tons, and they give it brakes from Toyota Camry. Can't believe they're that stupid. Well, they're not from Toyota Camry. Okay, officially they may be marked as Lexus brakes and may have different serial number. You can call it the way you want, but it's the same shit. Yeah, that man knows what he's talking about. Looks like he's got some experience. Are you the Lexus owner? Yes, I am. Are you sick of these brakes too? If you start braking from 130 miles per hour, they die like immediately. They simply burn to ashes. And this is the real user of your cars. But this car is not supposed to immediately change these brakes for custom ones. This car is not supposed to be driven on such speeds. And I don't know how and where they test these cars, maybe in their backyard or something. But definitely not on a professional testing ground, because if this car cannot brake from such a speed, not supposed to, why is it able to reach such a speed? No, it cannot reach such a speed. What do you mean it cannot reach it? If you get rid of the speed limiter, it will reach 160. And what speed do you consider appropriate for this automobile? 40 miles per hour. Oh, come on. If I drive it on such a speed, I will get to work by evening. Work there for 5 minutes and get home by morning. Jesus, are you serious? If you really suppose I'm gonna drive it at 40 miles per hour, I'd better buy myself a horse. Well, I'm sorry, what's your name? Vladimir. His name is Vladimir. Vladimir, that's my man. I drive more than 62 miles a year. Not a single car brand in the world may offer you a car for such an intense use. Do you agree or not? If you like driving on high speeds, you should buy yourself a sports car and drive it on a racetrack. They're made with different technologies. Not a single company in the world would offer you. I understand you work for the dealership. No, I don't work at the dealership, but you consult here. Okay, good argumentation could be a BMW X7, because that's the car that can really be driven on such speeds. Okay, in some way I agree with you and I understand your frustration. If you don't understand what I mean, I can take you to job with me, and you will understand how it really behaves itself. And to be honest, in some way I even support you. And these brakes have always been a piece of shit. The brakes are okay, you are using it the wrong way. Oh no, they are not okay. But no one uses it like this. We have to save your friend somehow. But exactly this car. May I save him from you? Yeah, whatever. Here you go, buddy. I saved your life once again. Live long and prosper. Okay, let's try to be objective. This car is same Land Cruiser 300. It's just inside of a new packaging. But still, this new packaging is not same cool as a Cadillac's one, for example. And after I looked at it, I wouldn't mind testing it and drive it and check how reliable this car is in some long distance trip and compare it to a Cadillac, because I really want to figure out what I should buy and spend my money on. But the event I've been to today, and that was a Lexus world premiere, a goddamn world premiere. Even Toyota president was there. And they show us a car with door panels coming off and this shaking, knocking glove box. And it's already been damaged somewhere and then repaired and repainted and showcased here. And Lexus and Toyota representatives have spent so much money on inviting famous people. The anchor's salary must be over 200,000. I don't want to tell their names, but they definitely don't cost cheap. They paid them a lot. Not less than 200,000 for sure. Or maybe they presented each of them a car. But anyway, what I want to say is that they spent lots of money on this, but can't get a perfectly made car for the show. And they're showing us a car with wonky stitchings and falling off door panels, knocking glove box, and goddamn shaking door handles. And they don't do anything with it. I guess time will show us. And talking about the event itself, I can't call it extraordinary. Yes, it was cool, but not more, and nevertheless, everything changes with time. So, even though today people still listen to some celebrities, and when they see their famous actor telling about something, they believe what he says, even though he has nothing to do with automobiles. I can't listen to them. I'm happy to see that guy as an anchor on TV, or when he's sitting on a talk show, he is interesting to listen to. But he's not the man I want to listen to when it comes to Lexus, you know? But still there are lots of people who believe them. Because they want to believe their famous actor or else. But it's same stupid as making me talk about greatest Russian literature.